This is our third participation here. And the first time we came, we were emerging from the COVID-19 pandemic. Since then, we have had very, very useful high-level engagements. We have the Africa Collective platform that we are jointly collaborating in creating and establishing. We have the breakfast session of global CEOs that the AFCFTA Secretariat and the World Economic Forum initiated 2 years ago. These are very important platforms for us to engage the private sector and to tell the private sector what we are doing.
The perception of Africa and the risk associated with Africa needs to be corrected. It needs to be corrected by African leaders speaking articulately about what they're doing on budget transparency, what they're doing on liberalization of interest rate and foreign exchange markets, on widening the economy to including the informal economy so that the tax net is broadened, on making sure that the ease of doing business improves.
Building infrastructure for enable movement of goods and people and services from one country to the other is something that can do with some improvements. Building and operating aviation refueling potential sites within Africa stimulates the economy because aircrafts are able to fly, people are able to move, goods are able to move. A lot of aircrafts don't fly today because they can't get fuel for return trips. So having fueling facilities in remote locations is a great opportunity.
I think it's important for the continent in general to get more publicity, to get more capital coming in, capital commitment and support on its infrastructure. It still needs significant donor, grant and investment capital to continue establishing a stronger digital and physical infrastructure on the continent. And I think through Africa Collective, the priorities of Africa are well positioned in the global podium.
Investments in healthcare drive prosperity, but also help the economy to grow. Depending on how much you invest into the health system, your health sector also contributes to the overall GDP production in a country. So these investments truly pay back beyond the classical humanitarian considerations that we always associated with healthcare.
To empower retail, a strong supply chain needs to be backed, and different players across the ecosystem who recognize the importance of technology, innovation in growing the supply chain need to come together to empower it. It cannot be done by one company coming into Africa. It has to be done by building the infrastructure collectively to support the growth of the business. And I think in 2024 and the years to come, companies have taken the initiative to partner and scale that infrastructure.
The implementation of the FCTA will also enable Africa to decarbonize. Currently, we produce raw materials and ship them to Asia and Europe for transformation, and then ship them back again. So with the implementation of the FCTA, we should have production near the sources of the raw materials, so we avoid the pollution that comes with shipment.
We partnered from last year in helping to essentially set the collective up. And the reason we think it's such an important initiative is because it's a forum to really discuss the issues that will take Africa forward economically. And as importantly, the narrative around Africa has sort of gone off the global agenda. To keep the Africa story on the agenda, keep people talking about it, and the only way we're going to get support from our partners around the globe is by keeping ourselves front of mind.